I was going to start off this video by saying that I kind of feel like DBD is in a weird state at the moment, although let's be honest, when is it not in a weird state? Am I right, guys? Survivor mains and Survivor players are the lifeblood of Dead by Daylight. I remember when I heard the concept of the game years and years ago when it first came out and thought to myself, wait, okay, so there's one killer, 4 survivors, and you get to play as Freddy Krueger and you get to run around and chase survivors and kill them. Wait, people actually play as the survivor? People do that instead of playing as killer? And then my second thought was, okay, well, they must have implemented something interesting, something fun that actually makes it like awesome to play as a survivor. After all, I remember the Friday the 13th game came out, and that wasn't a weird concept to me. I totally understood why people would want to play as the survivor in that game. There were way more survivors, and there was proximity chat, and you could lock doors, you could hit Jason over the head with a pool cue and baseball bats if you wanted to, you could hide, you could do all kinds of things. In Dead by Daylight, you can drop pallets. Sick. I'm not going to say that it isn't fun to play Survivor, it's just compared to Killer, it's not even close. Especially with the awesome-ass killers that they add to the game. I mean, let's be honest here, who are you playing as? Fucking Nicolas Cage or Springtrap. This is a side tangent, but why the hell did they not add a FNAF Survivor to the game? They could have added anything. Oh my god, could you imagine if we got Purple Guy? That wouldn't make sense considering that Springtrap is Purple Guy, but fuck off. We could have got Vanessa. And I'm not going to say that the Springtrap drop wasn't good. It was awesome. They added a new map, new killer, awesome skins, but nothing for Survivor, as per usual. The reason I'm making this video is because while waiting in killer queue, it gives you a lot of time. It gives you a lot of time to think about things. They already bought Survivor games. In the 2v8 mode, I never even got to play as killer. The killer queue for 2v8 mode was so unbelievably long that you could play multiple games as Survivor while waiting in killer queue. Think about that. The blood web is dumb. I mean, is this even an unpopular opinion? Let me rephrase, because I do actually like the blood web. I think it's something that's unique to DBD. However, getting medkits and flashlights and toolkits from the blood web is just so dumb. The killers will come with a whole arsenal of abilities, okay, that is very thought out and fun. However, survivors get dicked, okay? They are just glorified skins. You get the skin of the character and the perk. However, 90% of perks you don't even really feel. Okay, I've played a lot of Survivor games leading up to this video, and I gotta say, a lot of the perks I don't even feel. They are not tangible to me, and that really turns me off as a player. Like, my god, there are so many perks in the game that's like, oh, 5% speed boost whenever you get unhooked, 5% speed boost whenever you get hooked, 5% speed boost whenever you're unhooking somebody. It's so stupid. It's like, give me something that I can feel. And I know that there's going to be a lot of Survivor mains that are going to argue with me on this take, but I'm with you guys. This video is coming from the perspective of a killer main. However, I feel like there should really be no Survivor mains, killer mains, because in an ideal world, people would be swapping between them. And as a killer main, there is nothing interesting about Survivor to me, or there is some fun in Survivor. I do like playing Survivor. However, just compared to killer, like, why even bother? Especially when the concept of Survivor in and of itself seems like so much fun. I mean, think about tag in grade school. It is fun to both be the person who's it, as well as being the person who isn't it. And I definitely think that it could work. It's just there's so many missed opportunities. Even if you are a huge fan of, like, The Walking Dead, and you, oh, yes, you get to finally play as Rick Grimes or something like that, you know? God bless your soul, you actually buy the Survivor. Like, do you even really get what you want? You get a skin. It just feels very underwhelming. Like, give me voice lines between the characters or something. Give me classes like Medic and Survivor and Scout. We did this in 2v8 mode, and I guess what made it all the more better was because I didn't have to waste points into Survivor Blood Web just to get a gray fucking medkit because I wanted to play a healer type. Or maybe give survivors weight classes, like light characters, they run faster but they go down easier, or heavier weight classes that run slower and takes them more to go down. something interesting. It's so bad that not only do they already bought the Survivor games, but they offer you incentives just to play as Survivor. And this is the main thesis of the video, right? And that is, I feel like the game always has to be Survivor-sided. Now, I'm not saying that the game hasn't been killer-sided. I actually feel like, this is a hot take, but the new update to killers that completely gets rid of slugging and stuff like that is actually valid. I think that slugging is toxic for the game. I think that tunneling is toxic for the game. I'm just saying that in general, the game should always be striving to keep the Survivor mains happy, as they are the lifeblood of the game. And while, again, I don't think that Survivor is necessarily unfun, I do have fun playing Survivor, I feel like 90% of the reason why I have fun playing the Survivor is because I just get to annoy the shit out of the killer. If this worked the other way around, okay, and they botted killers instead of survivors, I think a lot of Survivor mains would stop playing. Because what's fun about looping and smacking pallets in the face and flashlighting a fucking bot? You're not annoying anybody. At least for the love of God, I don't know why they haven't added this. Add voice chat. Add any kind of chat and any kind of way that survivors can communicate with each other. This video is coming from love, okay? I do love Dead by Daylight. I play it all the time. However, I do play the game on and off. And whenever I do play it when I'm off is because I just get frustrated. In an ideal world, the survivors would feel like they're powerful together, and the killer would feel like they're powerful. And I feel like that's what we should be striving for. And if everything that I just mentioned is just really overpowered and just impossible for behavior to balance, then maybe survivors will be super OP. And then you just buff killers, and then they be super OP, and then we're all super OP together. It's not like there's an esports league for Dead by Daylight. I think we all know how that shit went. Listen, after all, this is just a rant video, so I wouldn't take it too seriously, but that's all I wanted to say. Peace out.